I'm back with part 5. I saw the comments, so here we go. Last when we left off, he said to me, he was like, we're gonna go to my friend's house and then I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna do after. And I was like, you can't just drop me off. And he looked at me like, stop. And that's when I was like, okay, he's getting scary about a moment. So this whole time we're driving and I'm really in disbelief that we beat the freaking cops. Like, we've managed to escape the cops. I was hoping to be rescued, but clearly they had other plans and he had a better one. So we're driving. And at this point, I'm really like super tired and I'm trying to stay up. I'm trying my hardest to stay up, but I feel my eyes like closing and then opening back up again and then closing. And at this point I knocked out, right? I was trying to fight my sleep the whole time. I was trying to stay up so I could pay attention to where we're at, where we're going. And my eyes had other plans, right? So I knocked out. I'm sleeping. But I don't know if you guys have ever felt like, you know, like let's say you're running late to school or to work and then you fall asleep and you oversleep, and while you're sleeping, you remember in your dream, wait, you got to be at work or you got to be at school. So you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, literally that's what happened to me in the car. So I'm literally knocked out and I just wake up and I'm like, oh my God, because I remembered I'm supposed to stay up. When I open my eyes, I noticed I'm the only one in the car. So at this point, I'm like coming out of this like confusion, the sleep confusion. I'm like, wait, I'm in a car by myself. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, this is my perfect escape to get out, right? I don't know where I'm at. I don't know how long I've been sleeping for, but all I know is this is my time to get out the car, right? So I quickly take the seatbelt off and I look around. I'm like, okay, I don't see no one. And it's like, give or take probably like 5 a.m, because at this point the car is off, right? And I don't have my phone. So I can't really tell what time it is. So I'm just looking. I'm like, okay, it looks like the sun is about to come up soon. And let me just try to get out of here so I can run. So we're parked up by like what seems like this gas station-ish kind of thing. And I automatically remembered he had gas in the car. So he didn't make a pit stop to, pick up gas or anything like that. So I'm just taking it as maybe he just left the car like stranded for me to just go, and he figured while I'm asleep this is a perfect time for him to escape. So I'm like, it's time for me to escape, right? So while I was knocked out, by the way, I had my legs crossed in like this really like awkward position, and the perfect time for my left leg to fall asleep. So I'm just like, right? And I'm like, all right, we're going to have to wake up because we got to go. So I'm just like lifting my leg, trying to shake it off. And I open the door and I'm like, please don't make too much noise. I open the door. I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm lifting up my leg and I'm looking down, right? I remember I was like looking down, like lifting up my left leg, and I'm just like trying to like, I don't know what I was trying to do, but I was just trying to duck, get out the car. Literally, as I open the door and I'm getting ready to go, he comes out of nowhere. I don't know where this man came from. I promise you, I don't know. I just know he came like a thief in the night. Oh, well, he is a thief in the night. This man looked at me and said, where you going? And I was like, to shake my leg. And he was like, I told you not to do nothing stupid. So where do you think you're going? And I was like, I was going to shake my leg and I was just looking for you to... Y'all, this man grabbed me by my jacket and went and said, I told you to stop. I told you. We're in this because of you. And I'm sitting here like, no, we're in this because of you. And he's literally looking at me like, yo, stop. Get in the car and sit down. So I'm just like, oh, whoa. You don't got to tell me twice. At this point, I've accepted I'm on the run. I'm being held against my will. I'm on the run. This is a hostage situation. Okay. It's like, you know what? Let me just go with whatever his plan is just so I can get home. Right? Cool. So at this point, I got in the car. I put my seatbelt on. I'm sitting down and I just look up and I'm just like, how did I get into this? Like, how? Because he's fine? because he's gorgeous. I'm trying my hardest to stay optimistic, and I'm thinking about other schemes, right? Like this whole time I'm like, girl, just be cool, calm, and collected and think. Just think. So I sit down and I'm thinking, okay, we're just going to go back on the road and I'm going to try to keep my eyes open so I can pay attention. Y'all, wow. It's like he could read my mind. Literally. This man comes to my side of the passenger seat, right? Opens the door, takes my hands, and he's like, give them to me. And I'm just like, I don't want you touching me. He's like, give me your hands. I'm like, why? He's like, he looks at me. I'm like, all right, here. Because he has this look, right? And it's like, it's a little sexy. I can't lie. It's just a little sexy. It's just dangerous. But it's also like, oh, I shouldn't try you because you're a little crazy. And I know what you did. And I don't want to be the first victim you really hurt. So, or maybe I don't know of others. Who knows? But we ain't going to find out tonight. We're not going to find out today. I'm going to just listen. So I give the man my hands and he ties it up. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Cool. So all jokes aside, I'm actually very scared at this point, right? But in true Chelsea Sagittarius fashion, I can't take anything serious, even the most serious moments. I'm very unserious. It's not my fault. I was born this way. So he goes, he ties my hands, and he has a bandana. He puts it around my eyes, and I just go and say, ooh, kinky. So he laughs, he chuckles a little, and that's when I'm like, okay, good. Back on his good side. Be smart, be cool. Get him to remember he likes me. Don't kill me. You like me. I'm adorable, right? Whatever. So I go and say to him, like, why are you covering my eyes? Like, why? And he's like, because he's like, I'm not stupid. Like, you don't need to know where my friend lives. You don't need to know where we're going. I'm like, I don't need to know where we're going. You took me against my will on a road trip. That is illegal. An illegal road trip. And you don't think I should know where I'm going? But I realize I ask way too many questions, and that's rule number 1. When you're in a whole bad situation, it's, like, you're just not supposed to ask too many questions. But for me, I'm just like, you just got to at least give me something. We was cool 24 hours ago, literally. And now I'm on a whole joyride to God knows where, possibly the end of me. Tell me. He's just like, yo, can you just shut up? And I'm just like, wow, okay. Good to know. We're getting to know each other at a very fast rate. And this is how it would have ended up if we were together. But fine, I'll shut up. Me saying this all with my eyes tied up and my hands tied up. So whatever. He gets in a car and he starts driving, right? And it's really hitting me that, like, I'm so scared. Like, I'm really scared for my life. And I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know who his friend is. And it's just, all of this is just bad. Like, and it's, sorry. So I started thinking about my mom. And I just started thinking about how I want to get back home. And I'm like, I'm worried that she's worried about me. And, like, my family's worried about me. Because I don't even know how big this situation is. He won't turn the radio on. And it's kind of weird for a man who's like on the run. I would think he would want to hear what's going on, but he literally just is dead silent. So he goes and says to me, he's like, yo, I'm going to tell you something. I'm like, what? He's like, do not make eye contact with my friend. Don't look at him. Don't look at his girl. Mind your business. Go to where they tell you to go and just shut up. So we pull into what I assume is the place that we're supposed to be at, right? And I could just hear the car like turning off. And that's when my heart is going boom, 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 boom. Because I don't know what's about to happen. I can't see nothing. So he finally gets me out the car. He unties my hand, which I thought was kind of crazy. Because I was like, okay, now you trust me. And then he takes a bandana off of my face. And he looks at me. He's like, you're okay. You're going to be okay. I was like, I'm getting kidnapped. This feels like he's like, you're not kidnapped. He's like, I am trying to find a way for us to depart without causing any more issues. I'm like, whatever. So we enter what looks like a safe house. I've never it had no numbers, so I can't even identify like the number of the home or nothing. It's like it was planned. Like this is like a planned place, right? In comes this guy, who I must say is fine as well too, and I'm just like, it's just a bunch of y'all fine ass criminals. Where is this? Where all the fine men are at? In the criminal land, in safe houses, robbing banks, stealing people. So I try not to make eye contact, but it is hard. But I'm like, girl, remember, you are here against your will. He is not your friend. He's the enemy. So the guy friend, right, who is around, isn't mean, doesn't have like bad energy. He's actually quite pleasant, right? So I'm not as scared. There's like a weird comfort that like a comforting relief that I get around his friend for some reason, because I just feel like he's not going to hurt me. But he has this girl who I later find out is a side girl, right? And when she sees me, it's like she just has a stinkest attitude. So they tell me I have to go in this room. The room has no television. It has like a window, but you can't open the window because I tried, obviously. There's books and there's a bed, right? So I just go and I sit down. I'm just like, what did I get myself into? So she comes in and she like opens the door. She checks on me. She's like, do you want something to eat? Do you want something to drink? Like, and I'm like, no, I'm okay. Because I'm not drinking nothing from these people nor eating. Next thing you know, I'm knocked out. I don't know where I'm at again. Like, what? So probably not more than, let's say, give or take 5-10 minutes, right? After she busts open the door and says, what do you want to drink? What do you want to eat? And has this whole entire attitude. I hear commotion between her guy, and Bank Robber Bay, right? And, you know, they're kind of going back and forth. And I'm trying to figure out who's really arguing with who. If it's, you know, the guy and Bank Robber Bay or her. All I hear is her go, is her and him, her and her guy. All I hear is her scream out, well, we need to get rid of her. She's seen too much. We got to get rid of her. I don't like her in here. This is bringing too much drama. All this. I don't need this. I don't need to be around here. I'm just like, that's when I'm like, I got to go where? So that's when the Brooklyn in me comes out, because I'm ready to scrap. Because first of all, maybe the bank robber scared me, right? But girl, I know you ain't do no crime. I just know you here because you down for the ride and you think these guys are, you know, exciting and whatnot. I will whoop her. So I'm ready. I'm just sitting there and I'm going back and forth. Like I'm swinging back and forth. Like ain't nobody gonna touch me. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. So as I'm really getting prepared, all I hear is her guy going to say, you don't run nothing in here. You don't run nothing. You're not even my for real. So know your place and shut up and mind your business before I put you in the room with her. And I'm like, oh, we know who called the shots. Not you, boo. Threatening my life. So then I calm down again, right? And I'm just like, okay, so we don't know what's going on at this point. I don't know what's going on. And I'm just really trying to be nosy. I get up, try to put my ear to the door. I'm just nervous, right? So I go back and I sit down. They're like whispering really, really low. And I sit on this bed and I close my eyes. And yo, you would not believe what this guy's girl did.